I became blind as a result of medical negligence. But then when I was taken to the hospital that I've just named, I found a trainee nurse. And the trainee nurse applied wrong chemical to the eye. She applied some chemical with iodine and bandaged it. So I went to the Homa Bay hospital to sing. Crossing the lake was very beautiful. I mean, I was singing. You remember 13-year boys? Right? You see,
very curious of the world. Actually, those days also traveling was not so easy.
I tell you. You know it?
Right.
So when I went in there, then it happened like I've said. Bandaged it after about 3 hours, and bandaging, found myself in darkness to date.
Just like that?
Just like that. In
that one instance?
Yes. Transforming my life from reading with my eyes and to read with my fingers now. And of course, many years were wasted in treatment. It's very shocking. I thank God for having made me blind.
Really?
Yes, I do. I lost my sight, but not my vision. You don't need an eye to be a leader.
Yes.
You need brain and heart of leadership.
Yes. Wonderful. This is yet another episode, another opportunity we have gotten by God's grace to come to you live on this video. I thank God for you that is watching on this YouTube channel. You're a blessing to me. You are a very precious gift to us. You watching and interacting with us by your comments, by liking, by subscribing, by anything that you do is a rich blessing to us, and we thank you so much. If you're new in this channel and you're just coming in for the first time, I want to ask you humbly that there's a button there written subscribe. Just dial that button, and then there's another button just beside it there. There's a bell beside it. Just dial that as well. If you do that, YouTube will be giving you notifications any other time that we post any video, because we have so many videos that are coming after this, and even those that are already there. So it will be easier for you to get notifications so that you'll be the first person to be watching our videos. Otherwise, we thank God for you, and we are grateful that you're watching today. Today is a very special moment. We have a very special guest, one that I've decided with all my heart to bring over to you, because I know he has something very special that can really touch, that is going to touch you, that is going to inspire you, that is going to bless you, that is going to move your whole total life to another dimension and step. And I want to thank God for you. Before I engage my guest, before I bring him on board to begin speaking to us, I want you to do something for me. Where you are back there at home, can you take just 1 second, maybe about 5 seconds maybe, just close your eyes. Close your eyes like I'm doing right now. And after you've closed your eyes, try to grab your phone wherever you placed it, or your remote. Just try to get it where it is, especially your phone. All right? Can you try to scroll and find the number of your loved one? Maybe your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, anybody? Can you do that? Can you open your eyes now? Did you get the number correctly? I think it is a challenge. And I think it is something that's not easy. I've not been able to do that myself. We have brothers and sisters who God has graced in different ways. And today I have a guest, and this is the reason why I've given you that slight challenge. Because I have a guest who is able to do all those in a different way, in a way different from the way we do things. This is because he is physically impaired, but he is able to handle his life and go on with his everyday activities and duties just normally as you. He is physically disabled in the eye. He is blind. But I thank God that deep within him, within the eyes of the Spirit, he is very much alert, and he's been able to do many things. This is a friend of mine that I've known for a long time. He's a friend of mine that I've had time with, and we met some time back in the year 2003, I think. Yeah. And we've kept on in communication, and today God has brought him here to be with us. And on a very special note, I want to bring to you this wonderful man and a friend of mine, and invite him to speak to us. And let me give you the time to introduce yourself. Tell these people your name, tell our viewers your name, where you come from, and all that.
Oh, thank you, Brother John.
Yes.
My name is Daniel Ogutu. I found myself born in Saya County.
Saya County.
Yeah.
Saya Kababa.
Saya Kababa, right here in Kenya.
Yes.
In a constituency called Rariada constituency. In a small village called Agok, in a place called Yoma.
All right.
200 meters from the Great Lake Victoria.
Okay.
So that's where I come from. So in my language they call me Janam.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. A man from the lake.
Yeah, a man from the lake.
Wonderful.
Right.
So that is where you were born. That is where you were raised.
Yeah.
And that is where you have had your childhood life.
Yes.
Let's know how your childhood life was like.
Yes. I'm the third born.
Yes.
In my mama's house, out of 5. And I'm the first son.
You're the first son.
There are 2 ladies before me. So I'm the third, but the first son of the house.
Okay.
I was born with all the eyes all right.
I see.
I was visually upright. Up to the age of 13.
Okay.
When I lost it all.
Okay.
At standard 7.
At class 7?
Yes, class 7.
I see.
In my family lineage, I've never seen a blind man. I talked to my grandmom, told me she knew no one. So I became blind by default.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
I became blind by default.
That is at class 7.
At class 7.
So, were you able to continue with your schooling after that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Of course, like anybody, changing from the visual world to non-visual world was not easy.
Yeah.
At some times, I felt like I lost it all.
Okay.
Because, of course, when I was sighted, I could see blind men and women. And most of them were beggars.
Yeah.
So, when I lost it...
You thought you were headed that direction?
I thought now, here I am. But again, some voice from deep within me told me, no, I could not. And when I was now declared totally blind at the Kenyatta National Hospital, right here in Nairobi.
Yes.
So the doctor told me, it's a matter of counseling, He told me, young man, you still have life to live.
Yeah.
And life goes on.
Even without your eyes.
Without your eyes, life goes on. And he gave me some examples of people who have made it in life.
Okay.
And so I asked him, what about school now? He told me, I'm writing a letter to some schools. So thank God in Kenya we have special schools for the blind. So I joined a school for the blind, namely St. Order School for the Blind. It is in Alor, again at Saya County. It's a missionary school.
Okay.
So, but joining it again was a challenge because transforming my life from reading with my eyes and to read with my fingers now.
Okay.
And a good many years were wasted in treatment. So I was taken back to standard 4.
Okay.
From 7 to 4, you can imagine.
Oh, so you had to go back to
I had to go backwards
class 4.
to recap.
Okay.
to recover.
Now, let me take you back a little bit.
Please.
I think our viewers would want to understand how this condition began.
All right.
What brought about the blindness?
Yes.
Was it a medical condition? Was it a spiritual condition? Whatever, you know. So
All right.
you could try to help us understand how it went about.
Yeah. Thank you. I became blind as a result of medical negligence in district hospital of Homa Bay.
Okay.
Back in late 80s, early 90s, there used to be some disease called measles,
Yeah.
if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. There was such a pandemic in my area. And almost the whole school were affected. And people are going to school, to the hospital and blah, blah, and red eyes and TIC eyes. I found myself was among them. But then when I was taken to the hospital that I've just named, I found a trainee nurse. And the trainee nurse applied wrong chemical to the eye.
Oh.
She applied some chemical with iodine. And bandaged it.
Okay.
So I went to the Homa Bay Hospital to see. Crossing the lake was very beautiful. I was seeing. You remember 13-year boys? Right?
Yeah.
You see,
very curious of the world. And actually, those days also traveling was not so easy.
I tell you.
Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah.
So, right. So when I went in there, then it happened like I've said. Bandaged it after about 3 hours, and bandaging, found myself in darkness to date.
Just like that?
Just like that.
In that one instance?
Yes.
Okay.
Like that. But she apologized. My father was a reverend, was a pastor.
Okay.
And forgave him, no step was taken, and we agreed, and she's a friend to date.
Okay.
Very, very good friend.
Oh, she's still there?
Yeah, she dropped medical and went to TTC.
Okay.
So she's a great woman of God these days. And she's my best friend.
So actually,
she turned to be my relative finally.
I see. So there wasn't anything like a lawsuit against the hospital or against the individual?
No, my dad and my parents, both of them, were not interested in it because he could not. Now I lost it, and the lady apologized.
Yeah.
It was a state of confusion.
What level of responsibility did they take as the hospital because out of the situation?
Of course, I was transferred very quickly to a higher hospital, that's Russia. Finally to Nairobi, Kenyatta Hospital.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of the responsibility they took. Apart from accusing the lady so heavily, which my dad interrupted.
Yeah.
My dad interrupted.
The management was accusing the lady.
Yes. So much. And
was she expelled or something?
She
was a trainee.
She was a trainee. So what she did, she dropped the profession.
Okay.
She dropped the profession. Yeah.
They didn't take responsibility, like footing the medical bill or something like that.
Those good olden days, going to the government hospital was almost free.
Oh yeah.
So there was no cost actually.
Okay.
Remember, from district hospital to provincial hospital to national hospital, so all government hospitals.
Oh yeah.
And they were good, of course, those days.
Are you able to remember which year this was?
Yes.
Yeah.
1989.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Let me understand one thing. You are in Siaya County.
Yes.
Those days, Siaya District.
Siaya District, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were pursuing treatment in Homa Bay District.
Yeah.
I imagine in Siaya District there used to be hospitals as well.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why Homa Bay?
Uyoma is located closer to Homa Bay than Siaya.
Oh, yeah?
Number two, those days transport and communication was not as easy as today.
Yeah. Because I imagine you crossed the lake.
Yes, crossing the lake would take me 1 hour, but going to Sia was several hours because of the
because of the roads.
The roads of
there were no vehicles as well.
And again, the level of service at Homa Bay.
Yeah.
During those steps, Homa Bay was a referral hospital. Apart from Kisumu.
Yes.
I mean, all the Great South
Nyanza district.
Yes, and again, my life and my parents' life are so much tied to South Nyanza.
Oh yeah.
So while in Homa, Homa Bay is very close.
All right.
So I decided to cross the lake.
Thank you so much. Now, I interrupted you when you came to the Kenyatta National Hospital.
Yeah.
When the doctor declared that you were not going to be seeing again.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And now you had to be done some sort of counseling. How did it go with you? How did you handle the situation? Now that you have now declared by a certified doctor that you're not going to be seeing any.
Well, of course, while coming to Kenyatta Hospital, I had some hopes.
Yes.
And when I declared after some processes, told me, son, you can't make it, but you can still make it. You won't make it visually, but you will still make it another way.
Yeah.
So you still have some ability. That's why I came up with the slogan, ability within the disability.
Oh yeah.
Now, you have some ability in you, and all the abilities to continue with your school because life goes on. So go and work hard in the school, you'll make it. It gave me some hope.
Okay.
But of course, one of the areas that I found a lot of encouragement and hope was my parents. My dad was a pastor, and so he lived quoting a lot of verses in the Bible. So I grew up in a pastor's house, and so verses could be read every now and again too, and the verses were highly selected to encourage me and to give me hope for future. And therefore, he became an encouragement. In time when I needed one.
Okay.
So the two.
All right.
The two then became my hope.
Okay.
Give me hope. I joined the primary school, recapped from there. Then later on joined Thick High School for the blind again.
Okay.
And I did my Form 4 level. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that your parents understood early enough that this was a medical situation, they never sought for spiritual intervention, like in a situation like this, some people would even want to go to, witch doctors. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Of course, seeking spiritual solution was the first one for my parents because my dad being a preacher. And man, I was prayed for by different men of God that I knew. And those who moved in the miraculous, they prayed for me.
Yes.
After the medical had failed, now we turned to God.
Yes.
But again, it wasn't until one day, one time, a man of God spoke words of knowledge to me. He said, okay, I'm praying for you to see, and we're going to see today, but not physically. So that's a shocker to me again.
Yes.
But not physical. Because God has told me this, that I was patiently waiting. And he repeated several times, God has told me this, and I was attentive. What is this that God is speaking? Just about to say about my life and my side.
I'm waiting for the final word.
And the way Lewis can stress it. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
For about 5 minutes. And the whole...
Everybody is also waiting.
Everyone was waiting
for the moment.
It's a great man of God. He's still living. Allow me to spare his name.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, then he said, you drop a shocker now. You're going to see spiritually.
You won't see physically again.
But we'll see spiritually.
You'll see spiritually.
And you are going to be a solution to many. Then he said, as the people hold their hands walking with you, you will also hold people's hands to other levels.
Oh, yeah.
And so he told me then, your dream has come true. And I forgot to tell you, when at the age of 13 and below, I wanted to be in army.
Actually, I was coming to ask you that. As a child, what your dream was?
I wanted to be in army.
Yes, yes.
If that the last thing I wanted to be is a pastor or anything in the church, because I knew the challenges pastors were going through. I was born in I was born to one
in a pastor's house.
I was born to one, so I knew the challenges.
And I imagine those days there were, pastors didn't have many privileges like the ones we have today.
I tell you.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to live the life my dad lived. But I wanted now. I was saying to myself, because I was good in school, I was saying after school, I'll join the army.
Okay.
I come from a family of officers in the army. My grandpa was an army. In fact, he fought the Second World War. So as he was retiring, most of his sons were in the army.
I see.
So I also wanted to be one. I also wanted to be one. Having been named after him, I was, in fact, when I could see those jets, the Air Force jets moving around, I was seeing myself in there.
Are you flying up there?
Yeah, I'm flying up there. After school, I'm coming up there.
Yes.
But now, I've never seen a military officer blind in Kenya, so my hopes were shut. Pap, if that is something I missed, not only seeing, but to be in the military.
I see.
To be an officer in the army. So this man now, by words of knowledge, he said, your dreams are coming true. You are going to join the army, Dan. And I said, wow. Then again, another shocker. But the army of the Lord.
Because you're going to be seeing spiritually.
Army of the Lord.
Okay.
Your dream is to fly up there. Then you'll fly. You'll fly, yes. Physically you'll fly.
Did you feel disappointed by that? Because I know as a human being you would definitely.
Yeah, I had hopes to gain back my sight. But now when you opened the other frequency, the spiritual frequency, you are going to fly down. Kenya will not hold you, be going in and out as an officer, but an officer in the army of the Lord. I said,
And I believe you are still also quite young to understand a lot of things, the spiritual things.
Yes, but you see, like I said, having been brought up in the house of a servant of God, I knew men of God who were going in and out of the country taking the word. And again, the Luos, they have this word, Jolweny. Jolweny Pakrunya. So at the word Jolweny, the army. So I knew, I related to it very fast. It wasn't a vocabulary to me.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
So I got some hope in the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the family, how did the family take this thing? Were they disappointed? Is there any way that they expressed that dissatisfaction and disappointed, even in God? Because you see now, your dad is a pastor, your mom, your whole family, they trust the Lord. You've been prayed for by serious men of God, and it doesn't seem to be working. What was their reaction to this?
If I can recollect, let me give from the extended family.
Yes.
Because they knew my dad was also moving in the miraculous. Actually, my dad prayed for many blind people and they saw.
Oh, I see.
And here now the son, many people who are crippled got their healing in his hands. But now here is the boy, and his first son, so to speak. It blew my dad. Right from his feet, blew him. And that man prayed, and he fasted.
Yes.
But I called one day, together with 5 friends, they went up to the mountain to pray.
Yes.
And fast for my sight. They were to go there for 7 days. The guys came after 2 days. And they never told me, but I ever heard him telling the mom, that's my grandmom, that the Lord has just, God has chase that from the first thing.
Okay.
If I can translate it directly. By this voice, my hand is in the works.
My hand is in what is happening.
In what's happening.
Okay.
So don't rebuke me.
All right.
Don't rebuke me.
All right.
It is my work.
So there is the spiritual level
yes.
Of the happenings.
Yes.
In as much as it was a medical challenge
yes.
in the physical as we see,
yes.
but in the spirit there is also the hand of God in it.
Let me shock you. I thank God for having made me blind.
Really?
Yes, I do. Sounds ironical, but that's the truth. I thank God. You know why? I told you I was in standard 7. I was in standard 7 by the time I was losing it.
Yes.
The whole class that I was in, we are remaining 2 people alive today.
Oh, I see.
Most of my friends are gone, and they died of terrible disease. This HIV of those days, having come from the beach. So you know that was the onset of adolescence. You know,
I understand.
So you guys were becoming uncontrollable. So, and I can tell you, I was not behind. I was in the forefront because I was realizing myself.
Yeah.
I think I could be the first casualty.
Oh, I see.
If he would have allowed me 3-4 more years. By blindness, God hid my life for a purpose.
All right.
So I thank God for having done this.
All right.
Yeah. I don't regret now. Of course, I cried at the time because I was a young boy and it was paining me. I was disappointed. But now I can look back and say, thank you, God.
Amen. I think that's another level of wisdom.
Yes.
In understanding how some of these things they happen.
Yes.
You know, when they happen, you can complain, you can cry, you can, feel disappointed in God. Yes. But there comes a time when you get to sort things out. So then you begin to see the hand of God in it.
Right. When I think of my dad, Romans 8:28, it comes to my mind practically.
All things work
together for good for those who love the Lord and call for His purpose.
Wonderful.
So even His Son bless me.
All right. Thank you so much. Now let's move a little bit.
Yes, please.
Let's move into your education.
Yes.
After this predicament, so to speak. You had to be changing to another system of education.
Absolutely.
Different facilities, different institutions. I know it is not kawaida. For example, in our normal schools those days, you would only need a pen and a book. The government would provide a few other things.
Yes.
But then in this case, now you are a special person. You need special attention. How are you managing to raise maybe school fees and also other facilities that were needed for you as a special person?
Man of God, educating a special child is very expensive. Very, very much expensive. And so it was to be very expensive for my parents if it were not for those who God touched their souls by the name of donors.
Wow.
To the school that we were in. We were not paying school fees at all.
Okay.
And the equipment there were damnably expensive. How much does one pen cost today? Tell me, because you're right. Is it 10 bob, I think? Or maybe 5?
I think it should
don't know.
It should be 10 bob.
Around there.
Yeah. But I remember those days, it could be around 2 or 3 shillings, which getting it was also was also an issue.
Yes. But now, get this. The worst Braille machine is costing 85,000 Kenya shillings. While your son, your daughter gets it at 10 bob.
What is Braille machine? I believe.
All right. Our writing and reading is called Braille system, involving dots in a manner that brings up the letters.
Okay.
So that you read using texture.
Oh yeah.
You touch, you feel, and having been taught what those dots construct to be.
Okay.
And what they mean. Then finally, it's another channel of reading.
I see.
So we read using fingers, we read using the texture.
So you use the feelings,
Yes, feelings, yeah.
Right.
So that's how we use. Now, to produce those dots, you need a machine, a special machine, called Braille writing machine.
Okay.
the worst is costing around 85,000 Kenya shillings.
85,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah, and some are going around to 200,000 and above. So it was not easily affordable, especially to a common man.
I know.
And therefore, the Lord touched some people, some donors.
I see.
And they were donating them in those schools. So you just go to the office, you're given one. You write with it and you do your things with it.
Okay.
And also the books. While maybe mathematical book would cost, I think, maybe 200-300 shillings. Around there. I don't think it was more than 500 shillings.
No.
It was something below.
Yeah, definitely.
For us, it was costing a lot of money, about 15,000 shillings.
One book.
One book. So you can now calculator. I don't know how much it costs calculator, but our calculator is about 45,000 Kenya shillings because a talking one, a special one for the blind.
All right.
And therefore, educating a blind child is very expensive. Therefore, my dad was blessed that I was born. I became blind during those days.
Okay.
And we had donors to stand with us.
Okay.
And so therefore went to school in that manner.
I see. Yeah. Okay, the donors were able to assist you up to what level?
Up to class 8.
Up to class 8.
Yes.
And then when you went to Thika School for the Blind, I remember you mentioned something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
now,
are you still operating on sponsorship? Or?
It was cost shared.
Yeah.
The government put in a bit of money. Now your parents are to take off. But now at high school, some of us had donors. For me, I did not have one.
Okay.
So it's for my parents to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That must have been very expensive for them.
Very, very expensive.
But we
very, very expensive.
Okay.
Very, very expensive.
Wow. I thank God for those parents. That God gave them the wisdom to spend and to invest in you that much. Moving forward from school, they say life begins, after school, you now approach life head on.
After 18
where you want to depend on yourself.
Yes.
On many other things, you want to look for a job or something like that. Let me understand the transition from school to the outside world.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last year of the high school in Kenya for the disabled is the worst year you can ever imagine.
Oh yeah.
Because you see, in the institution, we were enjoying a common denominator, whereby nobody's blind.
Yeah.
After all, we are all blind, so nobody's blind. Nobody's blind.
Yeah, and you also you're with people who understand you.
Yeah, there's no special care.
Yeah.
Because now you're living a world,
Yeah,
but now you're coming out of school to face the cruel world.
Yeah, with this stigma, and with everything all around.
Yes. Yes.
Competing for the opportunity.
Small opportunity, the little opportunity is there.
Yeah.
And it is a ruthless competition. And we knew it.
Yeah.
That it is so. So the last year in that school was terrible. There a lot of fear.
Yeah.
There a lot of fear.
But I guess you are also prepared in
Yes.
some way, some sort of counseling.
Yes.
Were also conducted.
Now, the CBC you see today in Kenya.
Yeah.
For us, I'm not shocked because it was in the schools for the blind.
Okay.
Yeah, it was there.
Okay.
It was there. As a matter of fact, after doing some research recently, I'm told they borrowed it from there.
Oh.
So in the schools for the blind, they could look at you and they were able to pick what you are able to do and they promote it to the latter.
Okay.
So they picked music in me.
All right.
When they picked music in me and also the love of God in my heart, the Catholic sisters were there and the teachers. Some of us had our lives totally in music and the church.
Okay.
And so when I was going to high school, I'd already begun to think of what I should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I was now, I was now within the perimeters of music, though not in it, but around music.
Okay.
Yeah, around music.
Wow.
I was moving into the perimeters itself. So when I went into high school now, I took music as a special subject for me.
Oh, yeah.
And now I went deep into it, studied music at high school.
Okay.
Became an instrumentalist, became a songwriter, and teaching choirs. I remember it was a Catholic school.
Yes.
And now I understood now music in other dimensions.
In a deeper way now.
So now it became my weapon when I was stepping out of the gate of that school.
Okay.
Now I was stepping out a musician.
All right.
If not a musician, then maybe a preacher, because again, the subject theory was so much pounded in me that most of us, they were grooming us. Those who are taking, say, they're calling you pastors. Oh, now you go there, you go out with something in mind.
Okay.
I want to be A, B, C, D.
All right.
And I thank God for them, because to some extent it defined what I am today.
Now, let me ask you, as an instrumentalist, as a musician, that is, and you specialize in the instruments, and also vocals. Were there special kinds of musical instruments that you're using different from the ones that people with sight use all over? Like, for example, a piano keyboard. Do you have a special kind of piano for the blind, or a special guitar for the blind, or what?
No. We use the common one.
Okay.
Now, there is this principle that you are told in school.
Yeah.
And it's true. You can't see music, but you hear it. So can you hear dance? Yes, I can hear. Play. Music is not to be seen. It is to be heard. Therefore, if you can hear it,
yes,
do it.
I see.
And therefore, you are given guitars, the drum sets, the trumpets, and kind of things, and the pianos, all the kind of keyboards that were there. And now you are to specialize in one.
Wow.
And if you are lucky to specialize in many, good for you. But for me, I took time with piano. And I regret, because I wasted many opportunities to know others, which I'm now struggling to know now.
It's okay.
So I specialize in piano, a normal piano.
All right.
Yeah, normal piano.
All right. It's a very interesting one. We have a piano around, so you will also play for us as we also get to let our viewers see how you are able to do it. This is Brother Dan. Brother Dan is a professional pianist who went through a music school, right? Yeah. He studied music in the special school where he was, and one of the instruments that he specialized in is piano. So right now he's going to demonstrate for us how he plays the piano. You can imagine how wonderful God is, that he's not able to see the keys, but he's able to play all the notes perfectly well. And if you're a musician and you are a professional pianist for that matter, you will be able to tell that he's playing the very exact notes that needs to be played and coordinated the right way. So he's going to play for us a hymn. What hymn?
Stand Up for Jesus.
Stand Up for Jesus. Yeah. Wonderful. So let's give him the opportunity now to play the Stand Up for Jesus on the grand piano, right? Okay. Wonderful. God bless you so much. This is so amazing. Do you play any other instrument?
I play accordion.
Oh, accordion.
Yeah, accordion.
Because accordion actually is this. It's just keys.
I mean harmonica.
You also play harmonica.
Harmonica, yes.
Wow.
I'm training also to play a bit of sax. Not yet perfect, of course.
You have enough breath.
I'm trying to. The Lord is helping me.
All right. You know, one of the reasons for this interview is actually to help somebody out there to get to understand that no one is limited if they choose to use all the abilities within them.
Yes.
Yes. Moving a little bit. You are stepping out into the world outside of school, you know?
Yeah.
And there is that perception of people, of people who are, you know, physically impaired, like the blind, for example. According to people around, you know, all what people know is that blind people are supposed to be beggars, you know. They're supposed to be people who are
saidia maskini mentality.
You know, that kind of mentality. How were people handling you specifically, and what was your? How did you respond to such?
The society.
Yeah.
The society that we live in. May the Lord help it.
Yes. Very much.
Because the stereotype.
Yes.
Fast.
Yeah.
Even at the time when I was in high school, even before that, as a student, you know, you leave your home, going to school, kind of thing. You are in uniform.
Yes.
But you find someone talking about you, I mean, helping. This one just needs help, you know. Maybe he's going to beg somewhere. And the mistake, maybe because you are not seeing, also you're not also hearing.
Oh, so by the way, I imagine that happens.
They talk about you are there.
Yeah. I imagine sometimes they feel like now that you're not seeing, you could as well be having a problem with your ears as well.
We are not kwamba wapi.
I see.
And but I thank God for our teachers. They were trained. There's something called mobility and orientation in schools for the blind.
Okay.
We were trained not to react. You don't react.
I see.
I mean, when they speak, unless they beat you, when they speak, you are trained to listen.
Know how to absorb it.
Not absorb it and rubbish it. Because they don't know you. They're speaking out of ignorance. So instead you are sympathizing them.
I see.
You're sympathizing them. So you don't even react. Don't even show that you are hearing.
I see.
So and now this one is going to beg. I mean, you get into a bus. Number one thing a conductor tells you, for you, maybe you look for another vehicle. But you know, why should I look for another vehicle? Then ask you, where's your money? Now, why couldn't you begin with where's your money? Why could you shoot him? Because he expects you don't have money to pay.
That's very sad,
that's sad. So the society.
Yeah.
But now the society is ignorant about disabled people. Disabled people.
Sure.
So because of that alone, there was that fear when you are coming out to face a society that does not understand you. So you cannot get where the fear was coming from. You are always stereotyped to be a beggar, to be a bother. You know, I mean, it's like
to be a problem, to be solved.
To be solved. You know, and there's nothing good can come out of you.
I see.
And so.
Now, with just on that note, you are a musician.
Yes.
And you can play the instrument well.
Yes.
You can also train a choir.
Yes.
Was it easy for you to access opportunities like maybe a church or a school that needs a pianist or a choir that needs a trainer or something? Now that you are a special person, how was it easy for you to access such opportunities?
I thank God that immediately I began learning the piano and getting much more interest in music. Pursuing it now as my new ambition in this world of the visuallessness.
Yes.
I happened to get the nearest church next to my home while at home during the holidays, and I began training choir there.
Wow.
and they appreciated me. They were very happy of my talent, and they used to talk of me positively.
Wow.
So not like others, I was lucky that they saw something in me, and then they encouraged me to go on.
Oh yeah.
So even after school, now, after school, now it was to be my profession.
Okay.
Not just anything to do for anything.
Oh yeah.
But again, back to the society, which again needs a lot of prayers.
Yeah.
Apart from appreciating you and getting opportunity in the churches, I could get firsthand, but not translating into livelihood.
Okay.
That was a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Come and play, but don't talk about money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't talk about money.
Would it mean that
work for God and God will bless you?
Yeah.
So
in other words, there were certain situations where others would take advantage of the fact that you're blind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And you see, it was sad because that was the only thing, and it was the only thing that I had at that time.
Oh yeah.
But now, to some extent, I'm looking for a better word to use.
Okay.
They abused it. They abused it. Sorry to use that word.
Okay.
They abused it, and also because of that, I got discouraged of it, such that I did not enjoy
using your skills.
I did not enjoy using my skills.
Okay.
And, it became like a problem to me.
Apart from music,
Yeah.
what are other skills that you have acquired in your life, maybe from the school or late after school? What are other skills that you have?
I'm a preacher.
You're a preacher, yeah.
I preach the word in the church.
Okay.
I'm a missionary now. I'm a ordained missionary. I do the work of God here and there, speaking to people in conferences. I speak to students in schools, some motivational speaker as well. I've been to refugees camp to motivate them, of course.
I see.
Because in some refugees camps, there are many disabled who got blind as a result of the wars in the nations. So I've been to some of these camps, talking about, give them hope. My ministry is a hope-giving ministry.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a minister of the word, but my ministry, I'm called for hope-giving.
Hope-giving. All right. Yes, yeah. And what is your source of income?
My source of income.
How do you survive
right now? Okay. My source of income for a long time has been music.
Yeah.
I used to work in a particular studio here in Nairobi for mass choirs, where I could get some good shillings. But then when Corona struck, in fact before Corona actually, we were just about to be around 2019.
Yeah.
It went down by the coming of the many studios now. Long ago studios were very expensive to manage. But these days, because of the incoming of computers and kind of things, there are very many studios now.
Yes.
So our institution literally lost customers because of that, because we were operating on the old system of recording, not the highly digital one like we have today.
Like the ones we have today.
Yeah, so because of that, then we lost customers. And I found myself being no job, nothing. So to some extent now, I took missionary work seriously. So I feed from the hand of God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I feed from the hand of God.
Suppose somebody wants to be a blessing to you.
Yeah.
Suppose somebody wants to, not even out of sympathy, but out of love for who you are. Yes? Somebody wants to bless you. I believe you have something in your mind, a vision or something, that you say that if God gives me this, then I would, invest in this.
Yes. For a long time, I've been having a desire of being a missionary, having proper equipment for that work.
Yeah.
You know, doing crusades here and there, and that one in itself needs good public address system. That one.
Yeah.
And of course, being a musician, it is my desire to put up a good team for music.
Okay.
For music, which I'm able to move with and use.
Okay.
To explore my talent further. Yeah. So currently I don't have one.
Okay.
Because of lack of resources.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if there is kind of such a blessing, of course I'll appreciate it because it will jumpstart me to another level.
To another level.
Yeah.
Okay. You, as a special person, I think that this takes us a little bit back. Huh?
Yes,
as a special person, there is a way you communicate.
Yes,
there is a way you handle things.
Yeah.
For example, I called you today.
Yes.
You are able to recognize my voice, you are able to recognize my number, you are able to call me back. So I wonder if there's somebody who is always with you to be assisting you and on you're managing your calls and such kind of things. How do you handle that?
Thanks to technology.
Yes.
Thanks to technology. Today's technology has helped us a lot. So that we have the smartphones which are fitted with talkback system. And so when you're calling me, it was telling me, John Okidi calling me.
Yes.
And that's why I could tell you, how are you, man of God? Because I was already informed that you are calling because I had your number.
I see.
Yeah, and now again, the same way, if I called you, remember? I was alone in the house, so I was just able to trace your number.
How would you trace that?
I'll show you.
Because now I think you now need to demonstrate this to us. Yeah. Let me just get you your phone. So that you're able to help us know how you do this.
5JKL 3EF.
Someone is calling.
Incoming call, Brian Wagumo.
It has told me someone calling me now.
Yeah, okay.
By the name Brian Wagumo.
Okay.
Allow him to receive, I just tell him to call me around.
No problem.
Hello? Mzuri sana, nipige baadaye. Please. Now it has reported. Okay. Someone is calling. That's how it reported you.
All right.
John Okidi calling.
Okay. So then it must be someone whose number you have.
If he doesn't have the number, then it will just read the number.
All right.
Like US shows. In other words,
verify
everything on the screen
verify your contact email to get security
reported to me spoken now.
Products that you use.
Okay. You have a family.
Yes, I do.
You have a wife.
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do. I have a son.
Yes. When did you get married?
I got married in the year 2005.
Yes.
October. I'm just about to celebrate my anniversary now.
The year 2005. Wow. So you've been there for a while, eh? Is your wife?
No, I'm sorry. 2015.
2015.
No, 2005. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. God.
It's all right. It's
2015.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Is your wife also a special person as you?
No. She's sighted.
Okay.
She's sighted.
And your children?
My son is also sighted.
Okay.
Well, normally sighted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, our viewers, some of them are wondering how you are able to even read your Bible as a preacher.
Oh, yeah.
Because as you said, you're a preacher, you're a motivational speaker, and they want to know how you read your Bible. You're not able to see the Bibles that we have all along, and you told us you have something called the Braille. So I want you to help us to read for us a Bible verse.
This is the Braille book.
Yes, this is the Braille book.
The whole file is a Braille book.
Okay.
And let me show you, it is only, this one is only comprised of only four books of the Bible.
Okay.
As big as it is.
Oh, I see. So you are able to trace a certain scripture easily from here?
Yes, like right now I'm at Job. So maybe you can tell me any part of Job I read for you.
Just read Job chapter 1.
Okay.
Chapter 1 and verse 1. Let's see.
Job. Job chapter 4. Job chapter. Just a minute.
It's okay.
For the Braille, you have to be patient.
Yeah, just take your time.
You have to be a bit patient for the Braille because it involves touching, you know.
Yeah.
And keenly searching, Job chapter 1, from verses.
So, chapter 1, from verse 1. It's very interesting.
Job chapter 1, verse 1.
Yeah.
There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job.
Yes.
I continue.
Yes.
And that man was blameless and upright one. I continue.
This is very interesting. Go on.
Who feared God and turned away from evil. Continuing.
Yes.
There were born to him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Wow.
He had 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke and oxen, and 500 sheep. It's a bit rubbed here.
Yeah.
500, is it?
I understand this. The Braille, the one you're using now is a very old one.
She asses.
Okay.
Yeah, the she asses. Some of the is old one.
Yeah.
I continue.
That's okay. God bless you. This is just very amazing, my brother. Amen. This is so amazing. As you can see, my brother is reading the Bible from this is called Braille. Braille
system.
Braille system.
Yes.
Where the letters are, these dots, which are protruding dots, so that you are able to touch them and feel, and you are able to construct the letters as they are. What an amazing skill this is, huh? So how long have you been of course, as long as you've been in school, huh?
Yes.
So this is you said this is just part of the Bible.
That's part of the Bible.
Now is this thing so expensive to acquire?
Damnly expensive. Damnly expensive. As a matter of fact, you cannot walk into a shop and buy it in Kenya, especially with our lifestyle.
Yes.
Where God makes us survive like we do. It is damnly expensive. There's some generous people that the Lord has touched back in the Western world to print and send them to us. It is costly.
Okay.
As costly as one book can cost roughly $20,000.
Wow. So what are kind of some of the other materials that you feel you need for your missionary work? This included, I know you could need some of this. Or I believe perhaps there is a new system.
Yes, there is another technology that has come up.
I see.
I had my talking Bible here.
You're talking Bible, yeah. It was somewhere. I think it is inside that.
Bring it to me. So that one was an old way of doing it, but now with the incoming of technology, this one is a Bible.
This one is a Bible.
It's a Bible.
So this is the talking Bible.
Talking Bible.
Okay.
So I was just reading it, and it will now go reading. Somebody reading.
Abram said, Lord God, what wilt thou give me?
That was Genesis chapter 15.
And the steward of my house.
Chapter
4. Chapter 15.
Okay.
After these things the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go
So are these translated in other languages?
Yes.
Do we have one in Kiswahili?
Yes, I have one in Kiswahili here. Okay. This one is comprised of 2 languages, Kiswahili and English.
Okay.
So
verse 11.
So that means the same verse. The same verse.
Maandiko matakatifu ya Mungu.
Wow.
Yaitwayo Biblia.
So I'm getting to chapter 15 where I was.
Mlango wa 14.
Okay, now there you are.
Mlango wa 15.
I see.
Baada ya mambo hayo,
neno
la Bwana likamjia Abrahamu katika njozi.
So this one is now complete. It's now
that complete.
All the
66
books of the Bible
in both languages.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So this one is a remedy.
Okay.
It's a remedy to us.
Okay.
Because for me to carry the whole Bible to the church, like I said, you need a vehicle. It's so bulky.
I see.
With a big boot, you know.
All right.
To carry the whole Bible.
Okay.
While you, Mr. Junior, carrying a Bible in the pocket, I need a boot.
Do you? I understand. Apart from the Bible, there, I know there are certain things that help you in your movements. You know, like even the stick. This particular one.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So like this one now.
Yeah.
This is a walking stick.
Yeah.
The whole of it. It's a foldable one.
Okay.
With a very simple technology. Yeah, I can put it in my pocket if I don't need it. But if I need it, then I just have to do that. Then it stretches itself like that.
I see.
That is a stick.
Wow. So what makes it special? Is it sensitive to sound and what?
Yes, it is sensitive to the ground especially.
Okay.
With this thing here, if you knock, maybe if you are walking and you knock a stone,
yes,
you'll feel.
All right.
And it has been made using some kind of metallic here that is very sensitive to vibration.
I see.
Now, suppose I'm walking on the road and I'm just about to cross some ditch or some hole somewhere. Definitely you'll fail.
Okay.
Because it's going downwards.
Okay.
Then I become careful.
Is it expensive to buy?
This one is also expensive.
How much could this be? Do you buy it in our normal shops?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they are in not common shops, but there are some special shops. Like this one is going at around 8,000 Kenyan shillings.
Wow. 8,000?
Yeah, 8,000.
So you have an extra of this, or you just have this one?
I only have this.
All right. So what other assisting equipment would you need apart from your stick, you know? Yeah, for your mobility, for your use in ministry, for, you know, your missionary work or something?
I need a laptop especially because the world is now highly technology.
This normal laptop, or this is a special kind?
This is a normal one, but now it has to be installed with special software for the blind.
For the blind, all right.
Yeah, software, so that like my phone is not behaving, then the laptop will behave the same.
Okay.
I'm able to write anything, I'm able to, do anything with it that any other person like you and other one can do.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. I know there are other people who are disabled. Huh?
Yes.
Maybe blind like you. Some of them have a hearing problem.
Yeah.
Some of them have, other disabilities.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere who needs to hear you speak to them something. You're a motivational speaker, you are a preacher, and you have been through life, since all that time up to now.
Sure.
Somebody wants something that will inspire them, something that will, help them to move to the next level.
Yes.
Speak something to somebody.
Now, to all my brothers and sisters outside there, I'll repeat what the doctor told me, that life goes on.
Yes.
And because life goes on, you have to be on. As long as you live your life like God wants you to live it. And as long as you live, there comes a time when you are a man, be a man.
Yes.
A man provides. If you are a woman, do what a woman needs. There is nothing so serious in being disabled. There's everything so serious when you don't use the little ability that the Lord has left in you.
Yes.
As long as you are not dead, there is ability within the disability.
Yes. You're just able in a different way.
Yes.
Yes.
Please concentrate in the ability.
Yes.
And capitalize on it. Zero into what you think you can do. And when you do it like any other person, you will feel yourself not disabled at all.
Wonderful.
And again, it is not a matter of sympathy. I'm speaking to the disabled brothers and sisters. We don't need sympathy.
You don't need sympathy.
We need an opportunity.
Yes, yes.
And the opportunity is so little today because the opportunity is being, fought for. We have several opportunities that are unique to the disabled. Because one thing I love with God is this one. God has a habit of always leaning towards somebody disabled. Because now it becomes your strength.
It becomes your strength.
It becomes your strength.
It becomes your ability in your areas of impairment.
For my case, I realized I had something to do with music.
Oh yeah.
I capitalized in it.
I see.
And it has given me an honor in the society.
All right.
I'm able to put food on the table with my little talent and giftings that the Lord has put in me. And I'm a man, I'm a husband.
Amen. Thank you so much, my brother Dan. Maybe I'll ask you this. Yes. Currently, in Kenya, we are going into elections next year.
Yes.
One of the candidates who is running for presidency is a person living with disability.
My friend.
Your friend.
I know him.
You know him?
Yeah, I'm one of his campaigners.
Yes.
Yeah.
How excited are you about that?
Very much excited.
Yes.
I'm very, very, very much excited of my brother Ruben.
Yes.
I think I'm the only one who's allowed to call his name.
Exactly.
Mr. Ruben Kigambis.
All of us are able to call his name. We are all both excited about him. Yes.
Yeah. I tell him, go ahead, brother.
Yes.
We are backing up. And to Kenyans, let me tell you this. You don't need an eye to be a leader.
Yes.
You need brain and heart of leadership.
Yes. Repeat that, please. You don't need an eye to be a leader.
An eye to be a leader.
Says
you need good brain and good heart to be a leader.
Wonderful.
The eye does not make you a leader.
Wow.
And having no eyes also does not qualify you to be a good leader.
Yes.
Therefore, to all the disabled people, if you have some passion to stand for anything, to vie, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead and vie.
Glory to God.
And now sell your manifesto,
your policy, your agenda,
and everything.
Yes.
That's what
confidently.
That's what people will buy.
Wow.
That is what people will buy.
Wonderful.
Not votes for. You shall not be voted in because of the sympathy. No.
Yes.
The brain.
Yes.
And what comes out of your mouth definitely must have emanated from your brain and spirit.
Amen.
So I'm very proud for my brother here.
Thank you so much. We are also very proud of you, man of God. We pray that your aspirations and your desire, the Lord may use you in any way that He chooses to for His own glory. Because we need people who really have the heart of this nation, who are crying for this nation to be transformed in the right way. And more so, now that you are a God-fearing leader who would put, the Bible says that when the righteous are in power, then the people are safe. And the Bible also says that blessed is the nation whose God is Jehovah. So now that you are representing Jehovah, we thank God for you.
Thank you.
Now, if you feel you want to be a blessing to this wonderful man of God, he has a vision, he has a family, he has a mission, he is having aspirations and things that he wants to accomplish in life.
Yes.
Not out of sympathy. Even if it would be out of sympathy, we don't have a problem with that. But not out of sympathy in this case. Out of love for the man of God, for who he is, for his vision, for his policies. I would want to give you an opportunity to be a blessing to him in any way that you could do that. If you can send your donations, if you can send in anything, we will be faithful enough to remit it to him, and we will be happy to see God lifting his standard of life and as blessing his vision and where he's going from where he is to another point. And I believe If you bless a man of God because of God in him, and because of the vision that he bears, and because you stand as a hand for him to reach where he has not been able to reach, the Lord will bless you. Now you can use this number to send in any donation, any blessing, any gift that you feel you want to present to the man of God to be a blessing to him. You can write this number: 0724 489430. I will repeat the number. The number is 0724 489430. If you're in Kenya, if you're outside of Kenya, of course it will be +254 724 89430. We will also write the number on the screen, and those are the details so that you are able to trace them anytime that you want to bless him. We will also give you my email, which will also be written there, and other avenues that you can use to reach us with the blessing that you want to extend to the man of God. Man of God, we are so happy, we are blessed, we are so humbled that you are able to get the opportunity to come and speak to people and share your story boldly and share your vision and aspirations. We are so happy and we are so blessed and so humbled.
So my parting shot, as only one word.
Yes.
I lost my sight, but not my vision.
You lost. I love that. You can repeat that again.
I lost my sight,
but not your vision.
Not my vision.
And where there is no vision, people perish.
So I cannot perish.
Wonderful. God bless you so much. We thank God for you. We bless you. We really thank God for being patient with us, for having listened to us. And we know the story of my brother Dan has blessed you, and it has changed your life. You can invite many more of your friends to come to this YouTube channel to watch more of these testimonies and victory speech about brethren who have accomplished, who have overcome their fears and their challenges to come to stand to be what they are today. And if you're coming in for the first time and you're visiting this channel for the first time, I want to humbly ask you, you can there's a button there, down there, there's something written subscribe. You can just dial that, and then you can also dial, there's another button there, there's another bell there beside it. You can just dial that, and each time you do that, the YouTube will be giving you notifications of any other stuff, any other video that we post online, and God will bless you. Otherwise, God bless you so much. Until next time, be blessed and shalom. Amen. Nyasachi yonge